everyone, and welcome to the Cheyenne Cheers Community Dinner. On behalf of Bird City Century 2, the Cheyenne Community Development Corporation, and the Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks for joining us tonight. The evening is all about connection, conversation, and community, and it wouldn't be possible without our generous sponsors who supported bringing this event to life. Our sponsors are the Bird City Cafe for helping prepare the side dishes, Bird City Legion Hall for providing this amazing space, CMS Trading Post for providing the beautiful decor, Hometown Market for donating buns, ordering meat, and Brenda for making the desserts. St. Francis Herald and Bird City Times for promoting the event through advertising. St. Francis Senior Center for assisting with the cooking of sides, St. Francis Smoke Room for smoking the meat, and Three Hounds Printing for videoing the event. Please join in giving them a big round of applause. The idea for this dinner came from the CCKCF summer interns last year. They wanted to create an event where the community could come together to talk, laugh, and simply connect. After the positive response we received, we knew we had to bring it back again this year. Thanks to the collaboration between Bird City Century 2, CCDC, and CCKCF, we're proud to host this event as a joint effort, one that brings together people and ideas all across Cheyenne County. Before we get started, we're thrilled to welcome someone who needs no introduction, our MC for the night, Tom Small.
I need to be up here. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our festivities this evening. We would now like to recognize the dedicated board members who helped lead each one of the organizations hosting tonight's event. When I call off your names, would you please stand, remain standing, and then the last one I'll read would be the staff members. So the first one is the Bird City Century 2 Board of Directors. Ned Smith, Chairman. Bridget Pochop, Vice Chair. Mandy Boone, Secretary. Cliff Leach, Treasurer. Cindy Burr. Doug Fleming. Brenda Johnson. Mike McCarthy. Rod Young. Now the staff is Taryn Carmichael, Executive Director, Judy Waters, Administrative Assistant. And these folks are the Bird City Century 2 Board of Directors. Thank you. Now the Cheyenne Community Development Corporation, Carrie Swigert, President. David Butler, Vice President. Aspen Braceland, Secretary. Ty Falkender, Scott Schultz, Connie Jenkins, Bud Erskine, Willie Martinez. And the staff is Chris Olston, Director. Now, the Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation board members, Amy Hendricks, Chair. Dara Carmichael, Vice Chair. Betty Peterson, Secretary Treasurer. Tim Burr. Kelly Dankenbrink. Carla Lampe. Cliff Leach. Michael Riley. Annette Schultz, and the staff is Jessica Matthews, Executive Director. Okay, we will now open the mic for those who have signed up to speak. Each speaker will have 5 minutes to present or share their message. If you didn't sign up in advance but would like to share something with the group, we'll have you please raise your hand and we'll be happy to invite you forward once the scheduled speakers have finished. Our first speaker tonight will be Bird City Century 2, Cheyenne Carmichael.
Good evening, everybody. Well, Amy made me turn off the AC, so I'll make this fast because I'm getting really hot. But I'm Cheyenne Carmichael, as we just did introductions, and want to take a little moment to tell you about the Bird City Century 2 Development Foundation, because a lot of people get confused. And tonight, you're going to hear from Century 2, CCDC, CCKCF, and GNWKCF is here tonight too, and I think you'll hear a little bit from them. So that's 4 entities in one tiny county, which is pretty impressive that we have that here. So the Bird City Century 2 Development Foundation has been around since 1985, working to make our community stronger and our future brighter. We operate as our own 501c3 and are also a proud supporting organization of the Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation. Our team includes a dedicated 9-member board plus 2 full-time staff members, yours truly as a director, and Judy Waters, who's amazing, as our administrative assistant. While our funds are to be focused in the Bird City community or the Cheyenne School District, the impact of our work often reaches well beyond those boundaries. We've always taken an aggressive approach to economic development, never shying away from big projects that make a difference. Over the years, we've invested in funds, grants, and scholarships, and we've also tackled community needs head on. That's meant helping bring more reliable internet, addressing daycare shortages, building homes, and now developing land for even more housing. We're also working closely with the hospital to bring a new clinic to Bird City, which we're very excited about, one that will serve not only Cheyenne County, but the surrounding area as well. Whether it's supporting projects that boost local businesses, improve quality of life, or create opportunities for our kids, the ripple effects reach our neighbors and surrounding communities too. When Bird City grows, so does the whole area, and that's something that we're super proud to be a part of. And we have a deep understanding that we wouldn't be here. This goes back to what you said a couple years ago. We would not be where we are without the people who came together to lay the groundwork. And for us, that was over 40 years ago this year. And without those who continue to give their time, talents, and resources to this foundation and to our mission of making Bird City great. So thank you to my 9 board members that come to board meetings and do all the extra things outside. And thank you to Judy, who I get to work with every day. And I think I share this every year, but there's a saying I love, and it goes, "A society grows great when old men plant trees for shade of which they know that they will never sit in." Good people do things for other people. That's it, period. And if you're here tonight, that tells me you believe that, and you're already looking to do it. So as we look to the future, our promise is simple: to keep planting those trees. To keep investing in those projects, investing in those people, the possibilities, the ideas that will shape us the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road and beyond. Because the work we do today isn't just about us, it's about the generations who will one day call this place home and who will sit in the shade we worked so hard to grow.
Yeah, no, I'm hot. She just called me hot.
I left the mic, but if you need that.
Oh, shoot. Old guys can't take that stuff. Okay, well, our next presenter is Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation, Jessica Matthews.
And I'm also reminded after last year, I do not like to follow Tarrant. She's so good with her words. Good evening, everyone. I just want to say how grateful I am to be here tonight, surrounded by so many people who care so much about Cheyenne County. I am Jessica Matthews, and I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director of the Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation, an affiliate of the Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation. Our mission is simple but powerful. We connect generosity with local needs. We help individuals, families, and organizations invest in the future of our community by creating lasting funds that support projects, programs, and causes right here at home. This past year, we've been able to make a difference in ways both big and small, from just supporting youth programs like the YEC to funding local improvement projects to partnering with schools and community groups. Every dollar entrusted to the foundation is an investment in making Cheyenne County a better place, not just for today, but for generations to come, building the foundation of tomorrow. As Executive Director, I get to see firsthand how your generosity is changing lives. I see the spark in the student's eye when they benefit from a scholarship. I see the pride in a volunteer's face when a community I love my job. And I see the ripple effect that happens when neighbors come together to give, build, and grow. This December, we have an extraordinary opportunity to multiply our community's impact like never before. Thanks to the Patterson Family Foundation, every dollar we raise up to $100,000 will be matched dollar for dollar. On top of that, Dane G. Hansen will contribute an additional $50,000 to our grant fund and $50,000 to strengthen the foundation's work. That means if our community meets the $100,000 goal, we will bring in $300,000 to invest in the future of Cheyenne County. Your generosity this match month will go 3 times as far in meeting local needs and building a stronger tomorrow. So let's make it happen together. It's in December. But tonight is about more than just this meal. It's about community. And our foundation is simply a tool to help your hopes and ideas for Cheyenne County take root and grow. Together we can make sure that the good that we do now will continue to make and have a lasting impact for the future. So thank you for believing in this place that we all call home. And thank you for allowing me the honor to serve you all.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is the Cheyenne Community Development Corporation, Together Cheyenne County, Chris Olson.
Hello, my name is Chris Olson, and I am the Director for Cheyenne Community Development. We are a little bit different than the two foundations. We are here to support for-profit businesses. We do many different services, everything from helping with a business plan for a new business, helping find loans, whether that is for a startup or for an existing business. We also help with succession planning, so when it's time to retire, so the business doesn't close. We help with taxes and any type of licensing that is needed. So when you're new and you're not sure what type of licensing you need, we can help you with that. The other thing we do as part of economic development is currently we are working on a housing project. We just got done doing it's called a HAT, which is a housing assessment tool. And basically it was a assessment to figure out exactly what do we need when it comes to housing. And we did one for St. Francis and one for Bird City. We always think we know what we need, but the assessment really gave us that knowledge. And we are currently working on grant funding and sourcing because we are looking at building 2 duplexes in St. Francis. We also handle all of the tourism for the county. Our goal is if we bring people here, they're going to spend money here. And so that's a good thing for all of us. We also do lobbying, which a lot of people don't realize that that's part of what we do, but I do spend a lot of time in Topeka talking to our officials, making sure that they're making the right decision that will help impact Cheyenne County. The other thing, so on that side, we're all for the for-profit businesses. 3 years ago, we started a second organization called Together Cheyenne County, which is our way of being able to help support the nonprofit side of the community. We do everything from helping somebody start a new 501c3. We do offer grant writing services for existing 501c3s, as well as we're now offering pass-through service for people that need grants that are maybe doing a short-term project that's not quite in the 501c3 realm, or it's just because it's short-term. Great example of that is the TAP organization. They're doing a great project. It's going to take a few years, and then they're going to be done. So there's no real need to start a 501c3 for that. So we're there to help support.
Thank you very much. Next, Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation, Janine. She is the new CEO. Very good.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Janine McKenna, and I am with the Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation. And I'm honored to be here tonight to introduce myself, so I thought I would start off and tell you a little bit about me, so that the next time you see me, and hopefully we get to know each other a little bit more, you'll have a little bit of background. I grew up in Pratt, Kansas, and however, knowing this area and that, my mother grew up in Collier and Waukegan. My grandmother actually owned the Dairy Queen in Waukegan for over 30 years. If you go back a little ways, you may have met my grandmother at some point in time. Dairy Queen ran in our family. My parents ran the Dairy Queen in Pratt for over 20 years. I went to Fort Hays State University, and many friends that I met during college are from this region. In fact, a college roommate of mine lives over in St. Francis, and I know many of you know her. I started my career in the Chamber of Commerce world, started in Lyons, Kansas. That's where I met my husband, and then we moved to New Ulm, Minnesota, where we spent 7 years. And then for the past 25 years, we have spent our time in Emporia, where I was the president of the Chamber of Commerce there. My husband, Mark, as I said, is from Lyons. He is retired. He was in charge of all the facilities for Lyon County, so sort of a jack of all trades, and he's enjoying retirement. So why the Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation? Why did we choose to move to this region? Is because we were looking for a change. Mark had retired. I wasn't ready to. I have many years left to work and enjoy, and I needed something to fill my heart. And as you've heard everybody talk tonight already, and the passion that goes in to the job that they do, it shows. And that showed when I came here to take a look at this position, and it shows in the staff with Darcy, with Jane, who are here tonight. Tom Keller is one of our board members. That passion shows for this region, and so I'm very excited to be a part of that, and once again look forward to working with everyone. The mission of the Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation is to empower our donors, affiliates, and charitable partners through education, stewardship, and regional collaboration to create thriving communities and impact present and future generations. We are a host foundation and provide the legal 501c status for all foundations that are called affiliates. These foundations receive our full services and benefits, including administrative, accounting, and investment services, donor relations, legal, estate, and estate support, foundation staff, board training. We represent 15. I've never been told I have a quiet voice. We cover 15 counties in the northwest region of the state. 13 of those are affiliates, and that includes Cheyenne County Community Foundation. We have 6 agency partners, 2 supporting organizations, one of those which includes Bird City Century 2 Development Foundation, and numerous other funds. As I mentioned, Tom Keller is here this evening. He represents your board member from Cheyenne County, And you may be surprised to know, many people don't know this, that we actually have 26 W-2 employees because of all the affiliates that are under our 501c umbrella. 8 of those work within the local office here. So when you donate to your local community foundation, you're supporting charitable causes close to home. Because it is a public charity, you receive tax advantages of making a charitable contribution. Whether you are a potential donor, a professional advisor, a local nonprofit, or someone who simply is concerned about the future of the Northwest Kansas area, connecting with the Cheyenne County Community Foundation, Bird City Century 2 Development Foundation, or the Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation, you're helping make an impact not only on the present, but as you've heard from everybody say, to our future and our future generations. So thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Our next on the list is the Cheyenne County Amusement Authority, Susie Walls. Okay, I don't think she is able to make it this evening. I might just say a couple of things about the Cheyenne County Amusement Authority. It was started in 1981 because we were getting some folks in to run carnivals here that wasn't very safe. And so we went ahead and put the Amusement Authority together. I will say that August 30th, from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock, the carnival is going to run again. And I've also heard that the funnel cake stand and the ice cream stand is going to be functioning. The nice part about this thing running on the 30th is it's kind of going to be a county affair. It won't be like the 4 days of the carnival when we've got a myriad of people coming from all over. It'll kind of be our own little carnival for the day. But we need people to step up and help run rides, help run games. So if you would keep that in your thoughts and help out, that would be wonderful. Also, one thing I wanted to point out too is together, Cheyenne County, I was able to direct a donors funds through that organization to the Amusement Authority, which wouldn't have been possible because the Amusement Authority does not have a 501c3 status. But with this entity here, we were able to get some extra funds to them. Okay, our next speaker then will be the Antique Engine and Threshers Association, Chris Olston.
You guys are going to get tired of hearing me in a little bit. So I am currently the treasurer for Tri-State Antique Engine and Thresher Association. For those of you that don't know us, we are a 501c3 that started in 1953. We are known for our Thresher Show, which starts the last Thursday in July. We have other events, though, that we do have going on. Currently, we're getting ready for the Antique Tractor Preservation Day, which is a day that Governor Kelly actually has made a state holiday, which will be coming up on August 22nd. October 10th and 11th, we've got our 9th annual Tri-State Mule and Draft Horse Show, which we actually just changed the name to the Tri-State Fall Harvest Festival. So it's going to be done a little different this year. So on Friday, it's going to be mechanical equipment doing harvesting, and then Saturday will be mules and draft horses. Something that not everybody knows, but we are in the process of working on becoming a full-time museum. Once we become an actual full-time museum, we'll be the largest museum in the state of Kansas. So that's going to be a pretty neat thing happening here. If you haven't been out there lately, you might not realize, but we have 35 buildings that include 19 operational steam engines, We've got over 300 antique tractors and 60 plus antique vehicles. Here recently, literally 2 weeks ago, was our 72nd annual show. We just had record-breaking numbers for the first time in quite a while. We actually, going back, looking at numbers, we've had more during this show than we had since 2003. We had a little over 5,000 people come through the gate. And just to kind of give you an idea of the impact of that many people coming into the town, on Thursday of 2 weeks ago, Big Ed's had literally served 320 people on Thursday. Can you imagine 320 people? People waited up to 3 hours to get a steak at Big Ed's. So, pretty neat. So,
Okay, next, Bird City Community Club, Cindy Burr. Okay. And Chris just sat down, but next is the Bird City Historical Association.
You tired of me yet?
well, I think it's just a show of the different organizations being separate. So what I've learned about being in a small town is if you're on one board, you're on them all. So that's why you guys get to see me a lot. Bird City Historical Association, kind of a small little group, and our whole goal is just to save our history here in Bird City. We have an office located here in town that we are storing records. We're in the process of digitizing them, which is a monumental task, I would just say. We do have a website, so if you're interested in any Bird City history, literally birdcityhistory.com. We got pictures and stories, and we just got done with a whole series explaining some of the impact that World War II had on Bird City. So I think that's it for that.
Okay, our next speaker is someone close to my heart, of course, the Cheyenne County Historical Society, Sandy Small.
I am Sandy Small, and I'm a co-director at the Cheyenne County History Museum. People confuse us with the Motorcycle Museum, but we're not that. This year, our main project was to repair the exterior siding at the old country church. And the church sits on our campus right next to the museum. The siding was severely damaged in that hail several years ago. The church is over 100 years old, and so it was very important that we button her up and get her sealed so she would survive. It was a big job and a big price tag too, over $66,000. To make the church exterior more durable, the museum board decided to recite it using cement siding. And we have recited every side of that church through the years. But we feel like the cement siding will not be damaged, hopefully, ever again, at least not in my lifetime. We kept the original look of the church and replaced all the broken plexiglass that covered the windows. And we were so glad that the original windows were protected and none of them were damaged. We are very grateful to the generous grants we received from Dan Hansen and for $10,000 and from the Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation for $10,000. And we also had some very generous donators in our community for $33,000. The remainder was made up in insurance. We are very fortunate the church project was done in a timely manner by Travis Milne of TJ Improvements. He did a fantastic job. The church looks great, like it did 100 years ago, but better. And Travis even got the old bell in the bell tower to work. Thank you. one more thing. If you drive by our Ron Evans sign, that's for our astronaut, has been returned, thanks to Tegan Calicrate.
Thank you. Wasn't that wonderful, folks? Next is the Cheyenne County Hospital. Jeremy, there he is. Okay, and then after he presents the hospital, he's going to do the Cheyenne County Wildlife also.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jeremy Klingenpeel. I'm the hospital administrator and CEO. My wife Doris and I have been in the community for a little under 3 years now. We've got 3 kids, and 2 of which are going to be moving this year to Hayes to go to school. Our oldest son graduated from Emporia State this year, so we're excited that he is on his feet and actually contributing to his household expenses. But the hospital, we've got a lot of great things going on. Specifically tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about something that Taryn mentioned just a little bit ago, our Bird City clinic project that we've got. We have finally come down to get our final renderings for that project. We took it back to the drawing board after several months of trying to come up with budgets on that project, and being that the cost was too astronomical for us and for our community, we were able to take several of the pieces of that project down, removing some windows, removing some structure that allowed us to go from a steel structure building to a wood structure. That allowed us to dramatically reduce our cost on that. Today was actually the final day at 5 o'clock that all of our general contractor bids had to be submitted. I'm happy to say that this go round we had 3 general contractors that bid on the project, which made it a lot more competitive. Taryn and I were just visiting, and we've not even had a chance to actually look at the bids yet. That's how fresh they are. So I just want to give a big shout out to all of the folks at the Bird City Century 2 Foundation, both the board members and especially Judy and Taryn. They have spent endless hours helping the hospital partner on this project to make sure that this clinic is going to be successful for, like Taryn said, not just our county, but all of the surrounding community as well. So I'm excited about this. We've got the renderings done. We've got some bids now, and so we're going to be doing a lot more promoting over the next several months, and that means we'll probably be hitting all of you guys up. So thank you all for your support of this project, and we look forward to seeing it come to fruition.
Okay, yes, the Cheyenne County Wildlife, and the presenter is going to be Jeremy.
Thank you. So I got told that I was going to do this at the last minute, but I really just have a couple of updates. This is for the Cheyenne Cheyenne County Wildlife Incorporated. I've been on this board for just a little over 2 years now, but a couple of the updates that we have for you guys is just last week we had a huge turnout for our 4-H qualifier. We had 70 kids come and shoot at this qualifier, and they represented 9 different counties in the state. So we were really pumped to see that many folks participate in that, and beyond that, just the fact that our local wildlife board was able to, provide the shells and the clays and a place for the kids to be able to shoot like this. So that is amazing. It was quite a bit more than what we had last year, and from what Mike Hansen has told us, it's looking that it's just going to continue to grow each year. A couple of other things that we've got going on right now is we're going to have something new for us. Some of you guys might have done this before, but we're going to do a black light shoot in October. What's more fun than shooting a gun in the dark, right? But these are becoming really popular, and we'll have some black lights. All of the clays will glow in the dark, and just have a good time for everybody involved. That's going to be on October the 18th, so look forward to seeing you guys out at that. And we've already slated for next year some big dates. I know a lot of you guys participate in our annual banquet that we have here in this building. That is going to be on March 28th, and Huck Finn Day is going to be on April 11th. So for those of you guys that may not know what the Huck Finn Day is, we stock the Keller Pond in St. Francis with trout and allow all the local kids to come out and fish for free. We have a hamburger and hot dog feed, and then we do a couple of raffle drawings as well. So there's always a great turnout at that. In the last couple of years, we've had beautiful weather as well. So if you have kids, grandkids, or just know somebody that might be interested in that, make sure and look out on the Facebook page for that, and we'll be having more as it gets a little bit closer. I think that's all I have for now.
Also, a couple other things that the wildlife do. I know they give out scholarships, and they also do the hunter safety course, which is great for our young hunters that want to get started. Our next one is the Cougar Club, Elisa Bolio and Taryn Carmichael.
I didn't sign up for that.
Okay. Here,
It's hot. It's hot.
I got called hot tonight, so it's a good night. Okay, what am I? I'm talking about daycare. Okay, Cougar Cub Daycare is a 501c3 here in Bird City. We've been really fortunate. We've been a recipient of a grant from CCKCF, also Bird City Century 2. We have a board of 6 members. We have 3 staff. We have 2 full-time now and 1 part-time staff. And we are happy and proud to say that all of our staff have been with us for over 2 years now. Over 2 years, yeah. So Nellie just came up on her 2. Alicia's coming up on 5. So we are very, very fortunate. That's huge for us to, retain such amazing help, and the girls are wonderful. We are considered an in-home daycare, which we have a licensed capacity of 12 kiddos. And if you go up there, you think that there's 150 kiddos. But they're amazing. We are very fortunate to have daycare here in our community. Century 2 was very instrumental in bringing daycare here. We actually own the facility up there, and then we rent it to Cougar Cub Daycare. And we take care and maintain of everything up there, so it's at no cost. So sustainability and trying to make that work, because as we probably know, and if you don't, daycare is not a money maker, but it's very, very needed in our community to make sure we can keep people here to work and stay, and et cetera, on that. So we are recipients of a Patterson Family Foundation grant, and we're hoping this next year we'll be a recipient again for that. That's been awesome. Hanson's have been extremely generous too, helping us with various projects through our daycare. So we've been very fortunate through the strategic doing process on things. Jane is determined. Jane sits on her board, and she's determined to get a shade structure up there, because we've been working on it for about 2 years now. And you may think that it's simple, everyone, but it is not. So that's kind of where we're at for daycare. We keep moving forward. We're very fortunate to have it, and there's a lot more to come on that. So I'll let you take it, but you're going to give it right back.
Okay, the next is the EMS. And here you go.
Thank you.
Yes, okay.
So I'm going to echo Jeremy. I kind of got thrown into this. No. So I had to pull up a couple of things. So I'm here to talk about Cheyenne County EMS and supporting our first responders. So Cheyenne County EMS is led by our EMS director, Jill Pa. She's our fearless leader. She is wonderful and we love her a lot. We are made up of 13 dedicated volunteer EMTs who work tirelessly to keep our community safe. The biggest thing that we can toot our horn this year, and it is so exciting, guys, because my jaw hit the floor when I heard this, thanks to a generous $173,000 grant from the Patterson Family Foundation, Cheyenne County EMS was able to establish the first Cheyenne County EMS First Responders Fund with the Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation. This field of, yeah, actually, it's a big thing. It's pretty cool. So, this is a field of interest fund that is dedicated to supporting the health, safety, and readiness of our EMS personnel, helping with equipment purchases, training, continuing education, and wellness resources. We will follow a 5% spending policy. The fund will provide an annual support while ensuring sustainability for years to come. With this fund in place, we are making sure that our EMS volunteers have what they need, not just to respond in emergencies, but to continue serving with strength, skill, and a heart for generations to come. So I want to take a minute and thank Jill for taking the time to fill that grant out, because how amazing is that? Also, hats off to CCKCF for helping establish a fund. That's a wad of money that we got, and it's awesome because that's not just going to benefit us right now, but for the other future EMTs here in Cheyenne County. So that's a big feather in the cap for Cheyenne County EMS for 2025.
I commend the EMS people. Both my wife and I have had to use the ambulance service, and you don't think about it until you're laying flat on your back and you've got people coming to help you. But it's very heartfelt for the time and effort that they're putting in doing that for this community. The next is the food pantry, Pam Boland.
Like everybody else tonight, I just kind of got stuck in there.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, my name is Joe Hagney. I'm the treasurer for the food pantry. Part of the reason Pam couldn't be here tonight is because tonight is our distribution. So we have people coming to pick up food. All of the foundations here have been very generous with us. We appreciate it. We can afford to actually buy meat, which is something we rarely get donated. The community itself is awesome at donating. They've had food drives that have just been tremendous. So we can actually manage to feed somewhere between 25 and 40 households every month. Walmart is great for a partner as well, although what we got from them today was not all healthy food. It was a big old box of cookies and a big old box of pies. But we also got some turkey, so it wasn't all bad. But it's a good organization for people who just need a little help to make it to the next payday. And we certainly appreciate all the help we've gotten from the foundations here.
Our next presenter is Hometown Market, Chris and Andrea Thomas. Andrea, you're not coming this way. Doing it alone again, aren't you? All right.
Well, like you said, my name is Chris Thompson, along with my beautiful wife, Andrea. We own the Hometown Market here in Bird City, Kansas. We're blessed to have 6 employees that work very, very hard for us. And just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the store, the operating hours. It's Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We also have a coffee shop. That doesn't really happen in a lot of small towns, but we do have a coffee shop, and that is run by Andrea and some of our employees. And that is from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then Saturday is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Some of the things that we do. We obviously sell groceries. But we also do catering. We have coffee. We do food trays. We have lunches Monday through Friday. And also, one thing that I do want to point out that some people don't realize is we have a blue piggy bank on one of our registers. And one of the unique things that we do is as it gets filled, we try to find ways in the community to give away. Whether it's someone in need of a bill or we're able to bless people with food. That's some of the ways that we get to do it. Sometimes you'll see in the holidays, we're blessed to be able to give out about $200 worth of food per meal, and that's about 5 or 6 meals. Is that right? We have some people that generously donate to us to be able to do that. So that's some of the things that we do. But I did want to end with a quote because you guys know I love quotes. This is from Margaret Mead, and she said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." And I think you're going to see that continuing throughout the communities. We're very blessed to be in a community that shows all of the stuff that you guys do. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. Well said. Now, Horse Club, Erica Zimmelman. Okay, the next one would be Majestic, Carrie Meyer.
So I just found out about this morning, and I've been on the road all day, so bear with me. I've got nothing to tell you. So Majestic, for those of you that don't know, we are a mom and pop truck stop in St. Francis, and we've become a smidgen more than a mom and pop truck stop over the years. What started out with a cigar box on our front counter has grown. We now employ 25 people. We are busy. So we have a restaurant, we have pizza, we have Subway, U-Haul, metal buildings, ice cream, donuts. We even sell gas. Here we are. We really try to be focused on the community. And recently, we were lucky enough to be selected to represent the state of Kansas at the Global Economic Commission in Indianapolis. So we were flown out there. So we basically were on a world stage for Cheyenne County. And so with that being said, not only did I learn a lot, but they learned a lot about us. And the Kansas Department of Commerce is going to be coming here to St. Francis on November 19th. I hope everybody can come. They're going to do a whole day in Cheyenne County because none of these people even knew we existed out here. So we're going to start in the morning with just local folks, business people, whoever wants to join us. They're going to talk about succession planning. They're going to talk about entrepreneurship. They're going to talk about just a little bit of this, that, and everything else that they can help us with that we didn't know they had any more than they knew we had. So it's going to be fun. We're then going to move to the high school and hopefully bring the high school kids in all the business classes from every school in the surrounding area. So fingers crossed this all works out well. The following day is College Career Day, I believe. So I'm hoping that this will bring a little enthusiasm to the kids about what they can do and even return home and do it for themselves. So there we are, November 19th. Be there or be square.
Thank you, Karen. One of the nice things about Majestic that they had done is the kids going to sporting events. They'll call out and order their Subway sandwiches. They'll make them up, pack them up, get them to the school so the kids can take off and have a lunch while they go to their next sporting event. Okay, somebody needs to step up and help out with that. Yeah. Okay, the next is the Motorcycle Museum, and what they wanted to do was announce the date of the bike rally, and that will be September 20th, the bike rally.
They wanted to be here, but they're having their meeting right now.
Okay, they're having their meeting right now, so they couldn't be here. The Senior Center and Carol Redding.
Boy, do I see some candidates for the senior center. And you haven't all been coming to the senior center either. We have a deal for you. $3.75 for a full lunch, including drinks and good company. Which brings me to something that Jessica and I have talked about, and that is something that can be provided to help us. We can use some interns from the Cheyenne County Foundation, and we can use some interns to help us do some outreach. We know that there are over 300 more people in Cheyenne County who could benefit from good lunches and good companionship and some pinochle and some bingo or whatever else. Line dancing also. So we need to reach these people. We need to make sure that they know that they can come. So spread the word. The Senior Center is an interesting place, not just because there are interesting people there, which there are, but it's going to have a birthday. It is 100 years old this year, and we've been spiffing it up for a couple of years, and oh my goodness, does it look good. I am so proud of our board. They are energetic, they are focused, they see what needs to be done, and they will flat make it happen. And my hat is off to our board. They're doing a great job. We want to have an open house yet this year. Tomorrow morning we're going to get some information on how the interior decoration is going to go. We don't know yet for sure, but it'll be good because Lee Keller is doing it. We also were without a manager for quite a while, and now we have a manager. Yay! Bob Ogden has stepped up to be our manager. So anytime that you need something from the Senior Center, get a hold of Bob. He will take care of it and you will be satisfied, I'm sure. He's doing a wonderful job for us. There's a lot more to being a manager than you would think. And there's a lot of statistics, a lot of who gets what kind of meal and when. And that all has to get fed back to the Northwest Kansas Area Agency on Aging in Hays. So we work under their auspices for part of this. The nutrition program is directly tied to Hays. The rest of it is all our party. We have a couple of goals, some long-term goals that we want to see happen there. We want to be the go-to place. A lot of people will meet at the pool hall now. That's great. I don't want them to leave there. They meet at the Majestic. That's also great. I'm so glad of that. but we want to be another of the go-to places. Do you want to play cards? Do you want to play chutes and ladders? I don't care. But we want to be the go-to place for people to come and be comfortable and to have that fellowship and the companionship. If you have read any of the aging articles lately, having fellowship and friendships are some of the most important issues that will help you age gracefully. And so it isn't just for fun, it will have a purpose also to have the fellowship. We want to increase the number of meals that we serve from 35 to 55. If we've got a goal, it needs to be quantifiable wherever possible. And so we would like to see at least 20 more people on a regular basis on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday when we serve meals. We look forward so much to having people come. The K-State representative that does classes, Melinda Daly, does a strength and balance class, and she has done that several times in the county. And she is going to be conducting that class at the Senior Center in October. We are so tickled about that. We know that we've got the space, we've got everything that anybody needs to take care of that class and to come and join that. And it does make a difference. I've taken the class. There is a pre-test and a post-test, and I actually improved. So thanks to Melinda Daly's efforts with the Strength and Balance class, I can recommend it to everyone. I would like to name our board. Bob Ogden, of course, is going off our board since he's the manager. So I will toss this out to you. We need a replacement for him. You're welcome to talk to any of the board members or to me, and we'll see if we can get you plugged in. Jo Hagney is the treasurer for us as well. She's our money person. I sometimes would like to spend a little bit more. And Jo says, no, you can't. And we are still friends, even though we sometimes disagree on the financial issues at times. But we have received such enormous gifts through grants in the last 2 years. We have received approximately $50,000 in grants, from anything from $2,000 from the Northwest Kansas Area Agency on Aging to almost $9,000 from the Community Foundation, $10,000 from the Community Foundation, another $20,000 from Dane G. Hansen. It's been marvelous. All I had to do was to put some words on some paper, and Jessica helped me attach the pictures, and we make it happen. And you can. So here's the rest of our board members. Dorothy Parker is our secretary. Tim Miller is on the board. Valerie Clark, Lee Keller, Mike Grover is our VP. Jo Hagney, our treasurer, of course. Patty is one of our board members. Patty Hines from over here. We're trying to get some meals coordinated with the senior center over here too. So far it hasn't happened, but we're not done yet. And Jackie Ewing Hayes is our last board member. So we thank you so much for your loyalty to us and your generosity, and we hope to see a whole lot more people there in the future. Thank you.
Our next presenter will be Robin Burr, representing the St. Francis Courthouse Park project. And Sandy Small.
Thank you, Tom. I'm Robin Burr.
And I'm Sandy Small.
And the young mothers that are in this committee, most are at a school night thing tonight, so we're the young grandmothers that are here. But Melinda and Quentin are also on our park committee. Is there anyone else here that I'm not seeing in the park committee? So if you have questions, please talk to them or us or others. There are 13 current members on this committee at the moment. This idea for the park behind the courthouse renovation began last year's strategic meeting in St. Francis at 202. There were some young mothers that stepped up and said, you know, the park's getting old, it's getting run down, what can we do? And grandmothers agreed. We came together, and so far I think we've had 4 meetings, is that right, where we've met? The last meeting, we met with an AFCO representative for playground equipment out of Lenexa, Kansas, and that was very encouraging. And I should note, none of this will be taxes. It's all going to be grants, fundraisers, and donations. So we're excited about that. Shay has worked with Chris, and they're coming up with the 501c3 fund for us to be set up through the CCDC. We anticipate this to be about a 2-year project. We have also gone to the City Council and our local commissioners, and we have their blessing and approval, so we're very excited.
There will be a lot of moneymakers to come and a lot of interesting projects. We are excited. This park is used every day. I live across the street from it, and there are always children. And you know, I came to St. Francis in 1972, and that park has always been the park behind the courthouse. So hopefully we'll find a name for our park.
Melinda, Quentin, anything else?
Just follow our Facebook page for updates.
Yes.
And if you have any input of things you'd like to see in the playground, let us know. Contact one of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, the playground committee meets again next Monday, right, at the park behind the courthouse. We welcome anyone else that would like to join us or input or just any assistance is greatly appreciated.
And I think the goal of the park is it will accommodate all ages. Grandmas like me can go, and my young grandchildren can go. So it's an exciting project, very well needed.
All ages, and it will accommodate handicap.
Yes, all ages and special needs, absolutely. It's just, we're really excited. We got some neat things going, and there's going to be some announcements coming through the thrift store about how we want to help with the park project. That's a little later.
Thank you.
What time is the meeting on Monday?
7, I believe.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Carol Redding said that she had one more thing that she would like to add.
Did you like the supper this evening? Mm-hmm. Do you know who cooked it? Janelle Blea. She is our cook at the senior center. So if you like some good food that Janelle fixes, y'all come.
Okay, thank you. The next is the Switch Youth and Family Center. And, okay, Jeremy is going to speak to that.
You're a frequent flyer.
Had to try to match Chris. Ryan and Andy did want to come tonight, and they had other things that they ended up having to do, so they asked if I would kind of just speak a little bit. If you guys don't know what Switch Youth and Family Center is, you're missing out. We have been doing a lot in the community. We purchased through a grant, a community grant, that we got the bowling alley there going in St. Francis. Through a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears, we've got the lanes working. We've also, over the last year and a half, written several grants and done some fundraising to raise $100,000, which last year we actually finally achieved, and that we got a matching grant for that from Dane G. Hansen. So we ended up getting $200,000 on that deal, and we're now, over this last spring and summer, been doing renovations on the bowling alley. If you guys have been by, I know it's an eyesore right now between sanding down the paint on the building, and you can see the pink showing through the white, as well as the kitchen equipment we recently brought out because we started stripping down and going down to the studs in the old Dairy King. So for those of you guys that have a little bit of nostalgia with the Dairy King there in St. Francis, we are looking forward to bringing back the old Lewis fries and some ice cream with crumbles on top. So I'm excited just because I've never had it, but it sounds really good. And I know last year Ryan got up and spoke a little bit about this, but those of you guys that don't know, the Switch Youth and Family Center started from their youth group when they started talking to the kids and trying to figure out what it was that they wanted in the community to do. And a big thing kept coming over and over was that the kids didn't have enough things to keep them busy and keep them occupied than just, being on TV or on their phones. So when this opportunity came up, they jumped at it, and the kids have really been getting their families, their parents involved in bringing them to the events and activities that we have up there at the bowling alley. And so most recently we've seen a lot of accomplishments in the bowling alley. We've got a new ceiling put in, which those of you guys that have been in the last few years knew that ceiling was ready to come down. It's all new bright white painted ceiling. The lanes again are working well, and then the Dairy King is going to have a complete renovation on it. So we're excited. The money is there, and it's just a matter now of getting the work done. A lot of our board is trying to volunteer where we can to try to save as much money as possible, and we're trying to use as many of our local contractors as we can too. But we're excited about that, and just want to kind of keep you guys updated on that. So we'll continue to put things out there on our Facebook page as well as in the newspaper so that you guys can kind of follow along. We'll probably be taking some pictures over the next couple of weeks so you guys can see some of the progress that we've made. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. The United Methodist Thrift Store, Robin Burr.
Just to give you a little background, if you don't have any on the thrift store, it started 20 years ago, this October, and 20 years ago, God revealed an amazing plan to Sherry Schultz, and she listened. She knew that getting the St. Francis United Methodist Church members to buy an empty storefront on Main Street in St. Francis, Kansas would take some convincing. A thrift store idea would be a challenge for some, but she persevered, and it became a reality in October of 2005. God picked an incredible, faithful woman to lead this journey, and what a journey it has been. United Methodist Thrift Store is no ordinary thrift store. To believe it, you really have to experience it. It has the feel of a well-designed department store, and it is run totally by the most wonderful community volunteers, and it also relies on our amazing shoppers and those who donate. The mission of the store is to give back, because so much has been given. This journey has led former and current board members to assist those who find themselves in situations they hadn't planned to help by simply giving back to those in need. As of May 1st of 2025, since our beginning in 2005 at that location, the thrift store has given away $1,001,223.85. But not only do we give away funds or assistance with funds when needed for maybe travel expenses, hotel expenses, when there's an illness or an accident, maybe helping with utilities, maybe helping with food. But we also are privileged to have connections, St. Francis connections to people in Kansas City in homeless shelters. So we send down clothing that way. We are fortunate to have a St. Francis connection to the Denver Rescue Mission, and we send clothing there for people wanting to re-enter the job world. We send professional type clothing. We also provide clothing to our some pregnancy crisis centers in Colorado and in Kansas. So there's many other avenues that we go besides just assisting with funds of different needs. Excuse me. The board wanted to give back to celebrate the 20-year anniversary and to celebrate the $1 million in giving. And so we are wanting to help sponsor part of this park project. And two of the avenues that we're going to take is to honor Sherry Schultz, who initiated all this 20 years ago. We're going to have some adult bench-type swings for grandmas and grandpas to sit in and enjoy. And then we're also going to honor our long-time cherished music teacher, Jean Ann Comfer, who lost her battle to cancer a few years ago. And we're going to endorse or help with a outdoor musical part of the park. And if you don't have an idea what the outdoor musical instruments look like, I have a calendar right there. So we're excited about that. We also are going to have a big party on, September 6th. It's a Saturday. It's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just board members will be in charge that day, and we're going to serve refreshments. We're going to have prizes. We might have somebody coming out from a Wichita TV station. We're working hard on that. Refreshments all day, and what's neat about that day too, that night is the long run concert in the park, which is a fabulous cover group for the Eagles. So it's going to be a big day in St. Francis. So I hope you can all come enjoy us, help us celebrate, and have some fun that day. Thank you.
There are some wonderful things going on in this county. The next is the village. And Jill, David, Henry, Small, Suzanne, Unkener, keeping the family involved in this. And she was going to introduce two gentlemen when she gets up here.
Hello, I am Jill Wolf, the Activity and Social Director at the Cheyenne County Village. We were the recipients of a grant from the Cheyenne County, Kansas Community Foundation several years ago to renovate our dining room at the Cheyenne County Village. To brighten the space with new paint, new window treatments, wall decorations, and lighting. We made such a huge difference, and the residents loved it. Our dining room is now more welcoming and eye-appealing, which makes mealtime much more enjoyable. We are currently working on another grant to give our activity room at CCV a new facelift. We have new flooring and furniture, so now it's time to do the cosmetic updates. With grant funds, we will paint, get new window treatments, new lighting, and decorations to brighten it up. Our residents and guests spend a lot of time in the activity room, and the update will be wonderful, and we will all enjoy it. Now I would like to introduce the new interim director at the Cheyenne County Village. This is Simon Yep. I practiced that even, can you believe it? Simon comes to us from Winfield, Kansas, and he will be in St. Francis for the next few months working with Jairo Rodriguez as he obtains his administrative license. You may recognize Jairo as one of our football coaches in St. Francis. So I will turn the mic over to him.
Testing. Okay. Just got to make sure. Yes, my name is Jairo Rodriguez. Moved here to St. Francis in 2023. I did 15 years in the Marine Corps. Started working at GNW KCF as an accounting clerk with Jay Young right there. Soon my talents were recognized as a business teacher at USD 297, where originally I just wanted to be a football coach, but they kind of, hey, we need a teacher. So again, I'm still a football coach, but now my talents are needed elsewhere, helping out the elderly with healthcare needs. Again, I've learned in my life that I love to serve my country, now I'm serving my community, and I'd like to continue that as the administrator at CCB. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we're, as it was said before, we're very lucky in this county to have Century 2, the Cheyenne County Foundation, CCDC, and Greater Northwest. It's helped us immensely to make programs come to fruition. At this time, would there be anyone that had something that they would like to bring before this meeting? Yes.
I just wanted to make an announcement for Bernice Wick. She wasn't able to make it, but Ron Wick's Farm, their pumpkin patch opens. It's open every Saturday starting October 4th to November 1st. And then they have their giant pumpkin way off on that first Saturday. So they've had a lot of people come in from all over. They've advertised many counties in Kansas, and they've had a lot of people come. And then that good family fun, clean fun, and enjoyment. So make it out to see them. And you can follow for updates on their Brownwick Farms Facebook page.
Okay, thank you very much. And now Jessica Matthews will come forward.
I'm just going to recap some of the things that are going on in the next few months, which everyone who spoke talked about your dates and activities, but I thought we would just recap with that. And again, it's just to show how much is really happening here. So August 30th, like Tom spoke about, the fair will be open from 4 to 10 p.m. September 6th, the thrift store will be celebrating such an amazing moment. And that evening, come to the Band Shell Park for a concert in the park. And then September 14th, the Pinewood Derby is having a community challenge at the St. Francis Community Church at 1:30. I think you can make one and try it out. From September 18th through the 20th is the US 36 Highway Garage Sale, which brings a lot of people through our community. And on September 20th of that weekend, the Bike Fest will be happening down on Main Street in St. Francis. September 27th is the 3rd annual Smoke Ring competition, and that's held at Riverside Golf Course. If you liked the meat you ate tonight, they made our meat. Then we have October 10th and 11th is the Tri-State Fall Harvest Mule and Draft Horse Show. October 18th is the Oktoberfest here in Bird City in front of the City Hall. And also, the guy spoke about on October 18th is the Blacklight Shoot. Do you know what time that is, Jeremy? Watch for updates on that. December 2nd is Giving Tuesday for Century 2. And December for CCKCF is Match Month. Those are just a few things. There's so many more things happening. And I want to put a plug for also make sure you check out the school calendars for Cheyenne and St. Francis and support our youth and our community because they are our future. So I want to leave you with a quote. The heart of Cheyenne County is not found on a map. It's in the people who show up, work hard, and care for one another. And I would like to end our evening with Emily and Arela, my interns. I have 4 interns this summer, and they did a wonderful job.
Thank you once again to everyone who made this evening possible. Our partners, sponsors, volunteers, board members, and most of all, you, the community. We hope this dinner is just the beginning of new conversations, ideas, and friendships. Let's keep building a stronger, more connected Cheyenne County together. Thank you.